Okay, from here... Apparently these guys are waiting for us to clear the way. I don't know why. But I'm going to take this opportunity to use some magic to heal everyone up. Why Quiftus isn't at the bottom, I don't know, because that just makes things confusing. Anyway, I managed to get a decent number of fire kills and thunders. Not so much blizzard, because that's not exactly important at this point in time. You don't really need it. There's no fire monsters around here. So we just continue into the town. And we could continue up, or we could probably go in these buildings. Apparently not this time. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, winning in an ambush. That's fine. We dealt with your friends earlier. We can deal with you. You're not a problem. Actually, we're just candidates. We're not actually seed members yet. So you don't need to fear us too much. Okay, now can I do it? Ah! Seifer's got different timings than Squall does, so I'm gonna try again to do that too soon that time. So if you want to try and get us a critical hit from Seifer, you kind of have to pay close attention to things. Oh yeah, you guys just wait in there, let us do all the work. You know, no big deal. I want to go in, stop. Fine. You guys suck anyway, I don't want to go in there. You probably took all the booze. Yeah, that's a good idea, get everyone to come this way. Because that's exactly what we need. This one guy hiding behind the fountain. Like, we've already killed 4 of his friends, and he's thinking, you know, that he can just take us on his own. He's thinking he's that much of a boss. Okay, I'm gonna try this again with Seifer. And screw up again. I'm not gonna be happy until I do it at least once. There we go. That wasn't too bad. And now it's our job to scout the area. No one on the door. That's cool. Oh, look. There's a guy hiding at the top there. Just on top of those cars. Let's go say hi. I've just realised I drew all that magic and I haven't bothered with any kind of junctioning yet. I should probably fix that before I carry on. Because otherwise things are going to be a bit harder than they need to be. Okay, we should really get on this junctioning thing. So, we are going to give Squall an attack of... That's just in Squall, this is Zell. It doesn't really matter, but Thunder, I guess. And then to Strength, we are going to add Fire. Because he needs to do more damage. And for Seifer, we are going to give him... Not another GF, shut up, what are you doing? Let's increase his magic with Thunder. Because nothing else does much. Let's not talk to the dog just yet. Let's report to the squad captain, even though he was just there with us to take out that guy. He's back down here. Because that makes sense. I'm just gonna walk around. Walk around. Listen to the fight starting. Seifer doesn't like dogs, apparently. Hey, whoa, whoa, careful where you're swinging that thing! I'm sure he just cut a squall in like 3 pieces. What, the training session wasn't enough? Christ, get a grip on yourself! So anyway, after calling the army out, nothing happens. And only one person here is completely calm. Pro tip, it's not the dog. What's the dog got to say anyway? Nothing, because he's a dog. Zhao is annoyed and punches the floor. Because why wouldn't you do that? And Seifer doesn't even wait for me to get to him. Okay then. That is the worst hiding place in the world, school. Seriously, you're not even behind anything. You're just sort of like crouching down right there. I mean, the only one really hidden there was Seifer. Zhao didn't even crouch, he just stood up. That's the sky, Zhao. Oh, you mean the big tower thing? Well, who doesn't? You're here to fight people, you may as well go where they are. Besides, in this kind of situation, if it's the wrong thing to do, the captain gets the blame. Not these guys. He's running off on his own, they're just following what the captain says. So everything's cool, don't worry, Zhao. Oh God, Zhao, he's throwing out the worst insults in the world. Even if you were 5, these shouldn't bother you. And he changes his mind pretty fast. Because, you know, he wants to fight. Across the edge. Should have seen that coming. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to be talking about, at least for the next couple of seconds, seed ranks. And what you can do to improve your chances of getting a higher one. If you manage, or more to the point, if you can be bothered to spend the time to defeat 75 enemies whilst you are here, you will get more bonus points. I forget exactly how many it is. Let me just look at my notes. Somewhere here. Hey, don't attack, guys. I'm looking at stuff. That's just rude. Let's get some more blizzards, because why the hell not? Keep doing stuff. I gotta read. Hang on, hang on. I got this. I got this. Okay. Okay. Hang on. I got this. Okay, here we go. If you defeat more than 75 enemies in this mission, you get 100 points. It's not too shabby. Between 20 and 24 opponents gets you 50. So, going off of this, between 24 and 75 gets you jack all. That seems a bit weird. Oh, maybe, you know what, never mind, shut up. And then, you know, 10 enemies, you get 20 points. Anything less than... if you get through this, defeating less than 10 enemies, you you've got to be like the world's luckiest person. Because, well, that was 3 right there. We've already dealt with about 5. 6, I guess. So, how you would even get that far? How you would get to the tower and back again? You know, by fighting less than 10 creatures. I don't even understand. Yeah, you can't talk to those guys because they're not in your squad. This doesn't count, by the way. Oh, and if you don't escape from any battles, that's also 100 points. Which is good, because there's only one fight that you'd want to escape from. In fact, there's only one fight that you are kind of forced to escape from. The rest, you don't have to. So, don't worry too much about that. This fight is the first non-simple one in the game, not including a threat, because you can't attack this guy and kill him in 1 round. And I missed the both crits there. This guy has about, I think, and of course that doesn't have any scans. Score does. He has about 500 health, I think. Based on how much damage you actually have to do to him to make him fall over. Wow, I was way off. 1,300. That's even more than effort, by the way. And this guy's not a boss. And he will hurt if you give him time to do it. What magics can you draw from him? Firing Cure. So, again, because you can get Cure from this guy, there is no way you should lose. I've got those timings sorted. Yeah! Okay, so anyway, whilst we're attacking this thing, I can talk more about seed ranks. There is a fight coming up where I'm just gonna say it's against a giant mechanical spider, and if you do manage to beat him, which it is possible to do, you get 100 points. You get maximum 100 points for beating him. The only problem is you are kind of on a timer when you're facing him. You have to get from where you fight him back down to the beach within 30 minutes. And that might not seem too difficult, but the problem is, if you want to defeat him, he has a very nasty habit of constantly repairing himself. Fortunately, he can only do it a finite number of times. So it's not like it's going to be endless. You have to basically race him to take out all of his health before he repairs. You didn't have to worry too much about that. But he's still a pain. You also get 50, that's 50, 50 AP to all of your GFs if you beat him. The downside to all of this is, if you're going to actually try and beat him, then you end up completely missing out on the bonus points you get for getting to the beach in a, you know, quickly. Because it takes about 15 minutes to beat this optional boss. So you're going to lose out on points on the beach. You either go for one or the other. You can't do both. Also, by beating the spider, you don't get to see possibly one of the coolest cinematics in the game. In fact, if it wasn't for the 50 AP, I'd say it wouldn't be worth the trade-off. Fortunately, there is a way that you can get the 50 AP without destroying him, and without ruining your escape time, and without skipping the cool cinematic. And that basically is relying on his repairs. You can do this at any point, after he first appears, But the trick is to take him down to 0 health before he finishes repairing, or pretty close to it. I don't think you have to hit dead on 0. But if you get close enough, when you then subsequently escape from the fight, once you render him useless for a while, which you'll see later, then you get 50 AP, which is pretty much the single most important thing in that fight, because 50 ability points to all of your GFs at that point in time, you could easily boost through like at least 1 ability for each one. Oh hey Selphie, what's up? So that's why I always try to, if possible at least, go for the 50 AP, but not worry too much about actually destroying the spider. Also, how did she end up in front? She fell from behind us, and now she... Never mind. So yeah, you'll know when you see it. Like I said, giant mechanical spider. I'll explain it again when we fight him. You shouldn't get lost anyway. It's a circular school. There's not like any corridors you can get lost in. Yeah, the transfer gets put in Squad A. You're in Squad B. Favoritism. Seifer's gone off somewhere. He's gone rogue. And crazy, apparently. I like how Selphie doesn't even question that, you know. The first time she sees the squad leader and he shouts out, "I'm gonna tell you about my romantic dream." She doesn't even go, "Okay." She just, like, you know, takes it in her stride. And jumps off a cliff. Oh, yeah, if you jump off the cliff, you also get points taken away. So you gotta be boring, I'm afraid. And you gotta go around. Possibly get into a fight. But it's fine. You can handle it. So yeah. Giant mechanical spider. There is also another boss before that. Which you can actually draw another GF from. Siren, I think, if I remember. So it's always worth every single monster you come across, whether it just be a regular monster or a boss, to have at least... Yes! That means Shiva's going to do more damage. Although we're not going to use Shiva in this fight. So it's kind of pointless. In fact, I should... Let's see... How far away is Quez from... Oh, only 1. That's fine. I can live with that. We're gonna get a fight before then anyway, so that's cool. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, for God's sakes! I'm pretty sure Selphie can help me out now. But she's not going to, but no, she isn't. Okay. Yeah, whenever you come across a boss, it's always worth trying to draw something from them. Like using the draw command, because you may come across a new GF. In fact, most of the GFs in this game, that's how you get them. You draw them from bosses. And don't worry, I'll mention them all when they happen. Right, can we carry on now? Yeah, jumping off cliffs isn't exactly a normal thing to do. Yes, we have. In fact, I'm just going to double check that you've auto-equipped. But she definitely has all of Seifer's magic. And yeah, Seifer is now gone. You're never going to control him again. Yeah, I know, tears all round, etc, etc. I'm actually gonna use this opportunity to go 1, 2. Of course that's not going to work. Selphie's already at full health. You idiot. So now we can head in here. Actually, we can watch Seifer chase 2 people out. And then run back in. Completely ignoring these guys. I wouldn't exactly say he's getting away. He's not exactly running. Anyway. This draw point we have a blind, which isn't really useful at this point in time, but we're going to give it the squall anyway, because why the hell not? And then we're going to get into another fight, because again, why the hell not? Luckily it's only one guy, so 2 hits and he's going to go down. Like so. Sorry, Selphie, you'll get a turn next fight. And there we go. Even Ifrit's leveled up now. So before we go up, it's a good idea to save, because this is going to be a boss fight. Yes, overwrite, and done. Really? You're giving me a fight on the elevator? What do you think this is? Streets of Rage? Okay, the guy in red is tougher than the guy in blue, because as you can see, he's an elite soldier. So he's going to take more damage to destroy. As far as drawing goes, he has scan. So it may be worth letting Selphie and Zell get a couple of those, because they don't have any yet. Only Squall has them. Unless you've decided to share them out. But why would you do that? Because scan is hardly ever used. And no, there is no Scanaga, where you scan everyone on the field. That would just be silly. Although kind of cool, I guess. One more round of scans. Actually no, screw it, I'm going to attack him now. Nine scans? He's going down. Eventually, anyway. Like I said, he's got a bit more health than the regular soldiers. But not too much.